So I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the popular Cartoon Network show Regular Show, and if you're not, I'm here to brief you and give you a quick synopsis on what it's about. So the show revolves around the two park employees Mordecai and Rigby and their daily shenanigans while on the job and just in their daily life. And it also revolves around some of their co-workers as well, including their boss Benson, co-workers Pops, Skips, Muscle Man, and High Five Ghost. Now, a valid question you may be thinking about is, why would I consider only Benson a real adult among all the park employees? Well, to be honest, legally and chronologically, I'm sure they're all adults, but behaviorally wise, they're far from it. Starting with the duo Mordecai and Rigby, they're quite literally the opposite of what adults are supposed to be. They're childish, constantly playing, college dropouts, barely finished high school, and one of them didn't even get their high school diploma. Top of all this, they're quite literally allergic to doing their simple job of, putting chairs back or just watering the grass or something. In each episode, they're literally on the verge of getting fired almost every single time. And don't even talk about emotional maturity, as Mordecai is quite literally the biggest fumbler when it comes to girls of all time. And even when he does pull them, he somehow loses them in an even worse fashion. Albeit I can acknowledge they had a lot of character development from season 1 to season 8, overall they're still pretty childish and quite clumsy and just overall just kids. Another character who also fits the child criteria is Pops, but I'll admit that his situation is a bit different, as firstly he grew up quite literally very sheltered actually. He crash landed from Earth, so of course his dad didn't want him associating with other people. And also on top of that, his dad's a billionaire, so when I say he grew up sheltered, I mean like extremely sheltered. But regardless of this, and as much as I like him as well, we can't just skip over the fact that bro acts like a complete nuisance and just dumb sometimes. Like, he'll just be doing the most dumb shit ever and we just allow it just the facts that, that's Pops. But come on, bro, he's a grown ass man doing the shit he does, bro. He's barely contributing. He literally thinks that currency or money is something that's supposed to be given out in lollipops. Nigga, what? But anyways, besides all that mess, I'm gonna skip over the Skips with him being my last character to provide evidence for before we go into the Benson arc of this. Now when it comes down to Skips, I'll admit he's by far one of the more chill and more normal members of the employees of the park, as he's actually one that actually does his civil duties, and despite the fact he's friends with gods, immortal, and has the fist of justice, he's a pretty normal guy. But as I mentioned beforehand, he's immortal, so there's quite literally no difference to anything he does, or should I say no repercussions, as most people, they have to live with the fact that their life is going to end relatively soon and they gotta try to make the most of it in the short amount of time they have, while as Skips can just keep on going and keep on living. And at first glance, this might sound like a cool thing and actually something you should be overjoyed to even be able to have, but again, you're not really living if you don't have the opportunity or the ability to die, as again, that's what makes life what it is. But regardless, I have to say he's by far one of the better characters in this show. But back to dear old Benson, I'm not gonna lie, he's been going through it in this show, like literally the worst way ever. And back to dear old Benson, he has the better brunt of all of this, as I mentioned beforehand. Mordecai and Rigby constantly suck at their job and he's always about to fire them, and he really doesn't due to the merciness he has, but again, he should have been got him out there. Skips keeps his promises and does what he's supposed to do, but we also gotta remember the fact he's immortal, so there's a lot of baggage that comes with that as well. And with Pops, well, as I mentioned before, he's quite literally the embodiment of good, and not to mention he's also the son of his boss, so he can't really do anything to him regardless of what he does. But looking on his personal life, he kind of deals with the same stuff that a lot of us do in real life, failed relationships, bills, rent, a family that doesn't really fuck with him in the way they should due to the fact they may not support him just living his life as a park manager, as again, it's quite literally one of the more lackluster jobs you can choose as a full-time career. And just like many adults we know in real life, he has a pretty interesting past with him going pro with this, stick hockey, game hockey type of simulation. He also was the lead drummer of a band at one point, so that's pretty cool as well. But again, all that had to go because life did its thing. And even though he rages quite a bit, if you really think about what he goes through all the time, on and off work, yeah, I think it's kind of warranted most of the time, as, bro, life is just crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, y'all, I want to appreciate you guys for the video, or just sticking along for this video. My bad. I'm just low-key tired right now. Anyways, y'all, appreciate you guys for blowing up the last one, the Spawn video. I did not expect it to do as many numbers as it did. So again, appreciate you guys for this. Hopefully this video does the same, and we end up like keeping a little streak of good turnout videos so far. So appreciate y'all, and yeah, man, stay safe, stay high up in prayer, and hope God keeps y'all safe. He's been keeping me safe.